It is certain that Nigerian leaders can never change. You see, every day, see our poor Nigerians praying on daily basis for quality leadership, for leaders that will have to put us, the people, ahead of every other thing they are doing. But it has shown that nothing like that will happen. You see, there's some of the headline I come across today, and it doesn't trouble my mind so much. Why did I even trouble my mind? Why am I even feeling it?
Upon resumption,
Why am I bothered about something which I'm not supposed, to be worried about? Why I'm worried is because everything that is happening in this country, both from our security, both from infrastructure development, our health, everything lies with the decision that this individual sitting down here, the decision they make on daily basis. It's not make some Nigerians, most time people go say, I'm tired, this one, all these leaders are not get their time again. Yes, you might not get their time, but they get your time. Because the decision they keep on making in Nigeria continuously what affect everything you do. It affects your rent, it affects your school education, your workplace, your business, your children's school fees, everything relating to you. Yes. Now, look at this headline. It says it does not make sense or even common sense to grant pardon, rehabilitation, and reintegrate criminals. Senator Adams Oshomole speaking as the Senate calls for suspension of terrorist rehabilitation program. Why are they discussing this suspension of rehabilitation program right now? Where were they when Buhari was busy, as in arresting terrorists in Nigeria, then repenting them by himself, because I don't know how they repent them. Because take it for instance, somebody that has been a criminal for over 5 years, and you are just coming out to tell me today that the person has repented. How? Within a space of 6 months. Somebody all throughout his life for over 40 years, he has been butchering people. He has been buying people. You go just wake up one day, one can tell me, say the person don't repent. Are you okay? Are you okay? Even though say yes, there's some kind of rehabilitation, it takes years. Not the worst one, they are doing 6 months. What do they do for those people where we saw these guys, they buy their family members? Nothing. Absolutely what? Nothing. Look at what is going on here. Let me play for you to hear.
Officially welcomed back in keeping with parliamentary tradition.
Our retired military personnel.
The rising spate of insecurity circles back into focus as Senator Abdulaziz Yaradua sounds an alarm over the increasing wave of attacks targeting serving and retired military officers.
The Senate further notes with grave concern the growing pattern of abductions, killings and violent attacks against serving and retired military personnel across the country.
We are walking the streets as walking cops because anything can happen to anybody. There is an urgent need for the leadership of this Senate to meet with Mr. President and re-emphasize the concern of Nigerians. Otherwise, quite frankly, it's becoming, in an election year, anything can happen to anybody.
Following robust deliberation.
Now, as you can see their concern. Look at the point that two of them made. This one is making his concerns because we're in election year. It is not because of Nigerians, because he's so afraid that they might lose office because of insecurity. Now, the other man also is concerned about what military personnel. It is not because of the well-being of the military personnel, but you know why. They are not talking about military personnel. Because imagine the military that is securing them is not safe. If the army that is securing them, who are the politicians, is not safe. Imagine them themselves. You can sit down and say they are working, but if they care, you see that things will change. They do not care. And that is 100% what? Remember, like I always say, if this is your first time coming across any of my videos, do hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and what? Share. There is this headline I saw from our Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, and this is very funny. So the kind of order that I'm just seeing right now is very funny because It seems as if terrorists in Nigeria, that this insurgents in Nigeria is a new thing. Look at this headline. Once you are deployed, do not wait for any order from anybody to shoot any bandit or any terrorist. Anybody who refuses to shoot or kill any bandit or terrorist in the name of waiting for an order, we will treat you like a bandit. Minister of Defense Christopher Musa has directed security personnel. Look at this kind of headline. What do you make of this? In this nation, Minister of Defense coming to talk about this kind of, using this kind of statement that in Nigeria, that the military, that whenever you see terrorists have to, are they not been given our military training that you have to come out in the public place in order to discuss instructing the army personnel to shoot any terrorists they find? That if they did not shoot, they will be treated.
And the general public.
Because the question is, have they not been given our military training in the past? Because these insurgents have lasted for more than 20 years now. And look at the Minister of Defense, who was CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, coming to instruct personnel. So what has he been training? What has he been telling the personnel? What kind of training is our military personnel have been receiving all these years? If he is just coming out now to say that any military, that whenever they see terror, they should shoot, then what kind of system have they been adopting? Because when you encounter a terrorist, you shoot. Him coming out now to say it, that's to tell you that these people, they don't know what they have been doing all these years. That's just a simple fact. That's the evidence. So let me play it so that you hear by yourself. Because some of these headlines, when I see them, it troubles my mind.
Again, for those that will handle this equipment cost billions of naira that could have been used for other aspects, but have been dedicated to do this. So I want to charge you that we must maintain this equipment very well. We will come after a year and see how these equipments are looking. Because we don't want to hand them over and then you throw them away or you mishandle them and they become bad within a few months. They must serve the purpose they are brought in. And I want to reiterate this to all members of armed forces and security forces. Once you are deployed, do not wait for any order from anybody to shoot any bandit or any terrorist. I want to make that very loud and clear. Anybody who refuses to shoot or kill any bandit or terrorist in the name of his waiting for an order, we will treat you like a bandit.
Now, there's other statement apart from this kind useless order when Minister of Defense is giving soldiers. Look at the kind of caution that is given soldiers. You are handing over an equipment of which they will be using in the jungle, that even terrorists, of which they are talking about, now confirms that some of them, they now use IED, this improvised device. Some of them, they use some kind of sophisticated weapon that can, damage any of these armored cars. And you are telling them that you don't want to come out in a year and say that all these cars are big. So where do you want them to use it? You want them to be using all this equipment on the road or what? Because that's exactly what Minister of Defense is telling the army officers. That they should not use the equipment that they were given to work in the bushes, in the jungles. Because if they use it in those places, there's every possibility that most of them, majority of them, will damage within a year. And they have to replace them. Because when you see our military, when you see the leader, the people in charge of our military, you see there's no hope. That's why if you are in Nigeria and you are not scared, you are not afraid of the kind of things you see on a daily basis, that means you don't know the kind of country you are into. Because truly, the people whom they have handed over to us for them to secure us, in fact, them themselves need mental war training. Because there's nothing in them. They are not offering Nigerians anything. Can you imagine such a statement from Minister of Defense, cautioning army officers, instructing them right now to shoot? Ask yourself, which kind of training they've been giving our military in the past? If you are just instructing the military to shoot at this point in time. Now, cautioning them about the use of equipment. If you are cautioning the military of how to use this equipment that you see on my screen right now, If you are cautioning that you don't want to see this equipment, Zame, I thought they are fighting Boko Haram with his sophisticated weapons, equipment. That is why when I never defeat them all this while. And you bought few armor tankers, and you are telling us that worth billions. How much does each of them worth? Which country did you buy them? Did you buy them from Israel, or you bought them from China? Now this thing go make army personnel, they will not function where they will say our military is lazy, our military they are not operating. How can they operate when you go carry 100 armor tankers and give them, and expect the same 100 to be what intact, to still be available? And you tell us that Boko Haram, ISIS, all these things, they are now using improvised device and sophisticated weapon. That's why I never defeat them for years now. This is unbelievable. It is so shocking every time I hear or see our military leaders speak this way. Both our main leaders also. Like always, if this is your first time coming across any of my platforms, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and watch, share. Some people, if they never arrest them in this country, they're not going to mind their business. And that is Odumeje trying to shook mouth into issues. Because see, Odumeje never learned lesson from where Farouk did.
If you're talking about one Nigeria,
he never learned lesson for where Farouk, the way Farouk trying to mess around Dangote's refinery. You see, as Farouk to lose everything, he loses his position, almost goes to prison. No legal now, they take out of the whole story where they say ICPC, where the investigation will end by today. And so Odumeje trying to make statement about Dangote cement. Really? I don't know whether if he wants to end up in the prison or if you want to trend. Remember, there's a limit to trending. Why am I saying this? We all know about Ibeto. Every Nigerian know about Ibeto. It's not Odumeje that want to remind us. We know all the story behind it. You see? But here is the fact. Calling for people not to buy Dangote cement, you are beginning to threaten his business. We all need what diverge. We all need multiple businesses, not only Dangote cement in this country. Okay, we also have the other. What is the other cement? Also, there's another cement by this. What they say, Aboki also, which the other cement we use in Nigeria. I think it will still have elephant, but it's not that common. Ibeto is not there. The only thing that we don't even know if Ibeto if he's still interested in the cement business. But remember, you can make some statement like this without trying to involve somebody else. Because you see, people they say yes, this allegation that Dangote is involved in, running down or closing down Ibeto, all those government then, all these things might be true, but now nobody get any evidence about it. Nobody get any evidence about any of those things. And also, even if you want to advocate for Ibeto cement to come back, you don't need to discuss about Dangote for you to talk about it. Dangote have taken over all sectors in Nigerian business. Now our refining industry, sugar industry, wheat industry, fertilizer industry is all over everywhere. So if you are waiting to take permission, or if you are waiting for Dangote company to cripple, or if you are trying to take SQ, I don't know why Odumeje is making this statement. If you want to advocate for Ibeto, you advocate for him. But you don't need about Dangote. Let's hear him speak. See.
we are talking about one Nigeria, we will start to address issues. Ibeto cement must come back. That's a statement and a prophecy. Ojukwu supposed to be celebrating in Igbo land, even once in a year. Because this young man opened our eyes area, and East must stop using Dangote cement. It's a warning. Ibeto cement must come back, and the East must stop using Dangote cement. If we are talking about one Nigeria, we will start to address issues. And all this partiality must be stopped. because of Dangote cement, the Ibeto cement was total silent. I have repeated again, Ibeto cement must come back if Nigeria wanted to that pay.
So this statement would make they make. Say Odumeje, I'm not sure say because you never understand Nigeria. Say even normal individual, own pastor. Nah, they don't one pastor when they do. Because some of the people when they say being friends, if they come from it, they go deny them. None of them go ever come on. Imagine Aero 5. They find people who go stand as a shorty for them. They can't be Odumeje. We all know about Ibeto, we all know about Tojuku. We know the kind of control we are into. But Jordan Odumeje, say I don't know say I not say he make some statement, he do your abracadabra. But one thing is that this administration, Tinubu administration, not a joke. Just like the same way President Buhari's administration, they're not a joke. Any small thing, say you are threatening the oneness of Nigeria, or whatever they call it. You want to break Nigeria into two. You come for Dangote. Dangote will even deal after dealing with Farouk. Farouk will go hide. Now you they try to talk about. I'm not saying this is your church, you like them, you love them so much. It's a good life where they live with all the things where they inside. You better focus. They can't this country where they are not saying yes, everybody wants to say the truth. We know the truth. But this nature is that the leaders you see in Nigeria, they don't want the truth to ever come out. That's just the simple fact. If the other nation, yes, the world measure is speaking, you can openly speak your mind, express how you feel, call out things you think that are evil. But not in this country called Nigeria. Is there not in this country? And I know so Nigeria no one get issue with EFCC, ICPC, every other PC. I know it's not one time. So I just hope, advise you, Nigeria, please focus on your church. Igbos knows that. And this one election period, all these leaders, they're not the one used here. Here some controversial things. Can't you see surely? See Erofai and other individuals. Any small threat from before you know law enforcement agents, EFCs, all these agencies, where we say they know if you capture terrorists, they know if you capture bandits, they will be on your doorsteps. Like I always say, this is your first time coming across any of my platforms. Do hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and what? Share, like always. So, this movie, The Gods Must Be Crazy. You got one video that I came across. This one at The Gods Must Be Crazy. So this country, everybody, they're hungry. There's this headline, I need to display it, but I need to say something first before displaying it. A prophetess and the gods must be crazy. People, they're hungry. He reach everywhere. Even woman of God, you need to feed. You get one headline and so I need to show it for you guys to see. You see, a prophetess. Okay, this is a prophetess on my screen right now. You can see her. With a church member, people donating a sardine, loaves of bread. I think this is supposed to be for sacrifice, for work of God, right? But I'm not going to say this economy, they touch everybody. Can you see the number? This loaf of bread, I think each of this loaf of bread costs around that should be 2,000 naira with a whole sardine. Imagine the members. Can you see the numbers of the members? And these are supposed to be sacrificed to the gods, not the Jehovah. Because I don't say Jehovah. I know that this kind of sacrifice can never be for Jehovah. It can never be, not for Jehovah. And this might be Thanksgiving. Look at it. A trending video show a prophet receiving a tin of Titus sardine and a loaf of bread from each member of our congregation. Prophet, I want to even finish these numbers of loaves of bread. Jesus Christ. Because this one, I want to finish these loaves of bread. This is so much now for one individual. How many children you get? We know that this is not going from God. Why not even tell them to even convert it to money? Because this is so massive. And this one will be that kind of village. And people are happily, look at women, mothers. Everybody want to be fruitful because these are these things, this seed they are sowing. And prophetess, man, I hope you get shocked to sell all this bread. Can you see? Because it's supposed to be sacrificed to the God Almighty on this earth. But what is playing out here is our economy. The economy is dealing with everybody. Anyway, how we want to survive. Anyhow we want to feed. Because that is exactly what is playing out right now. You see? And it seems to be they are donating two or they are, okay, they came with two. Then they have to go back with one. Why the prophet have to go? Oh, no wonder. Because that's the only way this can happen. Imagine prophet taking out the whole love of the bread. So when they go back and eat it in their homes or whatever they want to do, that's the fruitfulness. But this is what the economy is resorting to. If Nigerian becomes better, you won't see pastors, you won't see prophets begin to engage on all of these activities. This is what hunger is creating in Nigeria. It's not our fault. Like I always say, this is the first time coming across any of my videos. Do hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and watch, share.